All right, welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I'm your host, Tim Lyons, in studio, joined by Randy Angston. What's up, buddy?
Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Hello.
Quick announcement, guys. If you need coaching, we have some spots available. We have a coaching program called the Accelerator. It's an 8-week program. And after 8 weeks, some people stick around and do kind of continue coaching. Some people fall off. That gives us some more availability. If you're interested in coaching, especially after you hear this episode, check it out at winninggym.com/grow.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, just kind of give you an idea of what that, when you opt in on that page, there's a little questionnaire, right, Randy? It kind of asks you some questions, and then you just book a call with Randy. Randy, what do you talk about on those calls?
We dive into your business. We figure out, we'll do an examination. I want to know just kind of this 40,000 foot view, what you offer, who you serve, some of those types of questions. But then really, we dive into it. We get into the problems of where you feel the struggle is, and we're going to go over some solutions and see if the program's a fit for, taking you to the next place.
And we can't help everybody. So there's really no hard pitch here. If we can't help you, or if we don't feel like we can, then no big deal. But if we can, we'll make sure that you know more about the program, and would love to help you. So speaking of help, right? A lot of times help comes in the form of information.
Sure.
We are 379 individual episodes on individual topics in the fitness business over the last several years. If you needed more information, you would just go listen to the last 379 episodes. The information isn't the problem.
Abundant information.
In fact, a lot of times there's too much information. Mm-hmm. In fact, there's different views on the same topic of information. And really the point of this episode is, do you really need more information, or do you need to take action?
Yeah. Information versus application. And that is 100% the reason I have a performance coach. I don't have a coach that's teaching me a specific area. I'm not in school learning a certain thing. I have a performance coach that's going to get me to do the things I know every single damn day, lead to the result I'm looking for. The information's everywhere. Mm-hmm. We talked about it. I've mentioned on this podcast a number of times. MIT's curriculum is published online. I don't know a single person who has a degree from MIT that is self-taught. Why? Because it's the application that's the difficult part. The struggle with working with gym owners sometimes is that we hold our clients to a higher caliber than we hold ourselves. If our clients want a result, we give them everything they need. We hold them accountable. They've come to us as that expert. We're coaching them on what they need, but we're not doing the same damn thing for ourselves, right? We're sitting there and maybe we listen to the podcast. Is it to feel good? Is it for those aha moments, or are you turning around in your business and implementing the changes that we discuss on this, these episodes every single week? Whether it be ours, whether it be others, the application has to follow if you want the results that application serves, right?
Correct.
And that is exactly the reason that we wanted to have, the conversation today is there's a million different places you can go for that info.
Yeah.
But if you don't do the work, you don't get the result.
So as we're coming to a close in 2022, you got to look back at your numbers. You got to look back at your business. Did you achieve what you set out for? Did you set out for anything? Did you set a goal in January or late December of last year? And if the answer is no, then you have to take a hard look at yourself, because at the end of the day, if you don't do anything, nothing will change, right? Nothing will happen. It's so easy to say that, but it's so hard to get folks to kind of take action sometimes. And we've got a great group of coaching clients. We've got a great group of Iron Circle members. And I can go through the screenshots and just walk through. They're doing the things we ask, or the things that we talk about, or the questions that they ask, and they get a group consensus answer, and they go off and do them. It's best year ever in business, best month ever in business. Last October to this October, an increase of 42%. I've never been this free in my business before. Thank you. All these things are happening because these are the folks that are taking action and doing the things that already been proven. Here's the kicker here. This stuff's been proven.
Yeah.
We're doing it every single day here at this facility. Dozens of other gyms in our Iron Circle are doing it every single day. Our coaching clients are doing it every day. Other people in the industry are doing it every day. There's no reason why you should be struggling on any level. The answers are already there. You just have to get clear enough to say, this is what I feel the problem is in my business, and then go seek the solution and then go do the thing, right?
That's it right there. We've done it before. We're giving you permission, okay? What happened yesterday is not what has to happen today, and it's not what you have in front of you tomorrow. But right now, you need to make a decision to become aware of the problems in your business or aware of the direction you want to go. You have to raise that level of intentionality. You have to go from reactive to proactive. And when you make that decision, then you start applying the work, right? Thoughts become things, actions lead to results. But if you're not aware that, and this is what I'm taking off the table, maybe you haven't been. Mm-hmm. Maybe you've just been in the business, doing the grind, doing what you feel, putting out the fires, doing all that stuff. Right now, this is your checkup from the neck up, right? You have the ability to look at your business, see where you want it to go, see where the struggle is today, and start implementing the changes that you feel confident. You don't have to know with 100% certainty, but go look at the options that you have available, make a decision, and take action, because nothing else is going to change the results from this point forward, period.
Yeah.
That's
action.
it.
Action trumps perfection, right?
Every time.
So I was on a podcast, Coach Catalyst podcast, and he sent me some clips, right? And I was like watching some of the clips that he wanted me to post some stuff, which I did. It was awesome. But I listened to one of the clips, and it was like, he asked me when we were creating the Iron Circle, like, so was this your plan? And I was like, you know what? I didn't have a plan, but I took action anyway. And he's like, man, is that how you kind of do everything? I was like, actually, yeah, it is. Because if you try to get something so perfect, so dialed in, you'll never do it, right? If you're waiting for the perfect time, you'll never do it.
Absolutely.
If you're waiting to have all the money there and all of your coaches and staff and everything perfect, and then you decide you want to do coaching, it'll never happen. If your clients come into your gym and tell you, hey, I'm going to get in shape first before I sign up with you, that'll never happen.
That is the mentality.
Yes.
That's the mentality. The diet starts on Monday.
Yeah.
No, why?
Right.
Like right now, you made a decision. This is what I want. Take action right now. From this point forward, make a different choice. Your business is your baby. Treat it like it, right? Like, well, obviously you can tell we're passionate about this one, because this is the frustration, is because when the information's there and the application doesnit follow, that's leading a horse to water and watching it, die of dehydration. It sucks.
We have a good friend and he's been around our ProFit community for years. His name's Roland Atli, right? And they've been kicking around the idea of semi-private training for 4 years now?
Oh yeah, at least, yeah.
And everything was in front of him saying, do it, right? And they just wouldn't do it. I mean, there's no knock on them. I feel like this is very common, right? This is very common with a lot of businesses. It's like, well, we don't know how to do it. Or they finally just did it, right? And literally they posted in a Business Talk with Fitness Professionals Facebook group, oh my God, semi-private's the way, 11 for 11, money's flowing. Oh, thank you. And he, tagged me and you and a bunch of people. And I'm like, well, duh. Like, this is like,
your comment.
Why did it take? What took you so long?
That's what
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That was my comment.
Yeah.
And there's no secret here. And
absolutely.
They're probably like, yeah, what did take so long? And it was just because they were waiting for the perfect time.
And the nice part is, like you said, he's in our community, right? That is somebody who we can give hard love to, because he knows damn straight that at the end of the day, we care as much. Like, that was from a place of love, and we're happy to see him win.
Yeah, I say congratulations.
Exactly. Oh yeah. But
it's very common. There's gyms out there like, we just signed up another coaching client the other day up in Toronto, and he's got the one-on-one, he's got the large group training, but he's been trying to figure out this semi-private, and he's been hearing about it for years. He said, I've been following you, I've been following Alloy, I've listened to Karen over at Iron Tribe and all these folks. Finally, he decided to do it, and we had our kickoff call yesterday, his Decade in a Day call, and he's like, light bulbs were flashing and going. It looked like the paparazzi with Justin Bieber was there, and all the flashes were going off because he gets it finally, and I'm glad he's taking action. And yeah, he did. He needed to put the money on the line and do the things, and now we're moving towards that. And in January, he's gonna have a whole new business model. It's gonna be great. Right.
And you said something there, and you said that he made it real by signing on the line. He maybe he didn't have the information that he needed to take the action, but that's still back on you. You, like if you do need more information, you pursue the information needed to make the decision, not necessarily solve the problem. You need to know how to take the first step, not look through the woods with your talking horse and, see the whole picture, right? But you have to have enough to bet on yourself to take the next step and drive the direction that you feel is best for you and your facility, your family, et cetera.
Yeah. What is the next step, right? And the next step is finding out more, and then finally taking the step. That's the kicker. It's not just looking, it's taking that step, whether it be with us, whether it be on your own, it doesn't matter. I think if at the end of the day, we want you to win, right? The more gym owners out there that are winning and not closing their doors and walking away from their big dreams, because I would tell you how hard that has to be for gyms to close the doors with a decade of work, of investment in tears and hours and money and time and frustration. And then you just throw your hands up and be like, yeah, I guess it wasn't for me. Right. And then you close the door without selling it, without retaining some type of ownership and turning it over. There's so many other ways, but you can fix the problem. And I think the big takeaway here, guys, is there's nothing that you're facing in your business today that hasn't been solved.
Correct.
I don't know of anything that you could throw at us or at our group of Iron Circle masterminders that somebody hasn't faced or couldn't figure it out with you, that you're not alone. And being alone is your own, I guess, your own doing, because there's so many resources available, masterminds, coaching groups, Facebook groups, forums, there's information everywhere. Yeah. And so there's no reason why you should be sitting with a problem that you can't solve today.
That was something that stood out. I was going over some of the videos from Myrtle Beach, and our buddy John Farkas said that. He goes, at the time we didn't know. Now we know that we have over 300 years, almost, I think over 400 years of gym owner experience in that group alone. There is no challenge that you can't figure out, that we haven't figured out, that collectively, like in the rare occurrence that it hasn't happened, right? Plane crashed in my gym. What do I do? Here's what we're going to do. Yeah. Right. And you have a group of people, a collective, sharing information to allow you to then make your decisions and take action. But if you don't decide to sit in that room, you get no benefit. If you don't decide to pursue the education, you get no benefit. If you never take action, you get no result. That's the difference, is the information's there, pursue it. The application falls on you, do it.
And that's why we're not afraid to give away everything. I mean,
Absolutely.
honestly, because most people will hear the stuff and never take action. We know that if you go to a seminar and the person's on stage is giving you the exact playbook to make $5 million next year, 2% of the people ever do anything. That's been proven. There's been studies done, and it came down to 2%. 98% of the people are just sitting there listening to the information. They go back to the same shit they were doing yesterday.
Absolutely.
And it's your own fault, right? Like, there's no reason to do that.
That's the definition of insanity. The reason you have the business is you're probably pursuing freedom. You want to take care of your family. You want to be happy and, successfully and independent and all these things. But you go back to doing the thing that is driving you absolutely crazy, and you're pounding your head on the wall trying to figure out a better way. But the information's right there in front of you. Just stop pounding your head on the wall, choose a different path, experience a different result, take a big deep breath and enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy it. And I would say there's probably some ego involved, because I remember in my first year in business, I came into this thing and I was like, this is the way, right? The model, the advice I was given at the time was wrong. I realized it, and I had no ego. I was like, I got to make the business work. So let me just throw away all this stuff that I just invested in and totally reverse course, like overnight. It happened in a matter of weeks. It was just like, that ain't working. Let's do this instead.
I know. I remember watching all the equipment leave,
and everybody was like getting dragged out. They're holding on to the leg press.
The leg press.
No, don't. And I was like, you can have it if you just buy it from me.
Just carry it out. You could have it.
Yeah. At that point, I got a whole bin full of equipment I got to get rid of, just sitting out there in the parking lot right now, because we got the new stuff, right? And so this stuff is anybody needs a Rogue infinity rack, I've got one. Just come pick it up. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Come on. Bring back your truck up. I'll help you load it.
There you go. The information's there. It's the application.
Let's see who takes it.
That's
it's like $5,000 worth of rogue stuff in there.
Well, let's see if the phone rings. Let's see if somebody pulls the truck up.
Yeah, it may be gone by the time you ask me, but if it's not,
it's yours.
It's yours. Pull up on it. So listen, everyone listening. It's the end of the year, right? I don't know when this episode's coming out. Probably first week of December, last week of November, I think. Because last one was Thanksgiving. But you've got a choice, right? If you look at your numbers for 22, which you're probably starting to look at now, and you're like, oh crap, or maybe it was great. Like here's probably this is probably what you're looking at. If you're looking at your numbers against the year prior, they're probably a lot better. But are they as good as you want them to be, or are they as good as they could have been? And most likely it's going to be no, right? What could you have done better? Is it your model? Is it your pricing structure? Is it your sales process? Is it your marketing techniques and automation? Is it your team? Is it your staff development? Is it your model? Is it your equipment layout? All those things go into this play, right? The efficiencies of the business. Now you make some decisions. It's not what I want. What are you going to do next year that's different than this year? And what's nice about when we're telling you this and you're listening to this, it's like the perfect time to make decisions. If you want help, if you want our help, or at least want to chat, winninggym.com/grow, no excuse, no hard sell. If you want to get on the phone with Randy and you just kind of chat it out and see what we have to offer, that's our invitation to you, right? And maybe it's a good fit and you decide to move forward, and maybe it's not, or at least we'll give you that kind of clarity, right? And I think what's cool about those calls, and I've done some of these calls, is there's a plan in place at the end of the call.
Yeah.
And it's 30 minutes. 30 minutes, they're kind of like, okay, I know what to do now.
Yeah.
And so bring those questions to the table. We'd love to chat with you, winninggym.com/grow. But this is your chance. This is your chance to make the changes for 23, make a totally different business and a totally different life for yourself. The freedom that you're looking for, the reason you got in business in the first place, this is your opportunity. So hopefully that helps. Yeah. Hopefully you go off and take some action this year. We'd love to help you. That's it for this episode. Until next show, keep changing lives. We'll see you on the next show. Bye.
All right, and thank you for listening to that episode of the Built to Grow podcast, where we help gym owners win. Now, do you want to connect with me and other gym owners online? All you need to do is join our private Facebook group, Business Talk with Fitness Professionals. Just head on over to Facebook and type in Business Talk with Fitness Professionals, and when you do, we're going to give you our 10 marketing strategies 7-figure gym owners use to win. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, keep building something great.